Welcome back to Making It with Minglet. We are in the middle of the Midsummer Streamathon. So if you will look for things with the hashtag Midsummer Streamathon, you will find all kinds of activities going on throughout the day. Lots of people participating, and we are looking forward to having a very nice time. Now, one thing that I want to tell you is today we are going to figure out how to recycle or upcycle some really gnarly prints. And I have started with what I think to be one of the worst prints. Okay, so what I have here is a paper bag that I played with on the Gely plate. And you see it's a big white, it was a big white bag, and that's what I have. It's not really that exciting. It's not the worst thing ever. Matter of fact, actually, looks like I may have done some flowers. I must have been doing some echo printing. So there is that, but if I use it the way I think I want to, that's going to be upside down. So we're just going to discount that. Now, I have a box full of where I keep my gel prints. The good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm just going to rifle through this, and I'm going to pull out some things that might actually improve this piece of work right here. Now I have this tissue paper, and we know tissue paper is very versatile. So let's see if maybe we can use something to maybe give it a little bit of a lightness and change its character a little bit. What I'm using right here, this paper is just deli paper, and these were just some random prints. It's not a stencil. Matter of fact, this is some texture plates that I made a long time ago, and it was actually the pad that went on under our carpet. It was some little loose pieces that they had left, and I took them and I cut them in equal distance, and I just wrapped them around a piece of cardboard and glued them, and they've held up. I've used them quite a bit over the years. So use what you got, people. We said that all the time, but you don't have to go out and buy expensive tools. If you've got just some basic things, you can make some pretty art happen. And I can use this on either side. The green side is not impressive at all. It has a little bit of, you can't even tell the color it is. You can see the blue, but you can't see that it was a yellow and a lot like a lime green. Let's see what else I've got. Now there's something that might go with this. And this is on tissue paper. Yeah. That's a kind of a random something. That looks like that might have been just some playing around. Yeah. This may have been used to clean up a gel plate. I wish I could tell you more about it, but I can't. Unfortunately, my brain doesn't retain information all the time. And this was a piece that I did when I first started gel printing, and I thought it was wonderful at the time. And it wasn't all that, but hey, if I'm looking at it again, it must have been pretty good. I kept it. Alright, so I'm going to get out just some Elmer's glue that's mixed 50-50 with water. And we're just going to, let me put my box down so I don't drop it and make a lot of noise or a mess. I've got a place just behind the legs on my desk where that fits very nicely. So I think that helps me keep my room a little bit cleaner. Alright, now I think I want to start with the middle part here. And I don't know about you, but I'm lazy. I'm not super lazy, but when it comes to art and trying to pick up little pieces of paper, since my fingers don't like to do it all the time, I will use my brush. Once it's got the glue mixture on it, I will use my brush to pick stuff up very quickly. And it can get it done a whole lot faster than my fingers can do it. Okay, there's my first piece. I think I do want to keep some lightness to it, so I don't want to totally annihilate that white corner, even though it kind of stands out. I don't mind that. I think I kind of like the idea of it standing out, because the rest of it is a little dark. And I always, when I'm using things to collage, I try to put the glue under and then put the paper over. That way I can get it adhered on the bottom and sealed on the top. Now if you see that it still has, if it looks white, you probably need a little more glue under it, not necessarily over it. And we will put a piece similar down in this other corner. And it's not going to be exactly the same shape, because I'm not looking for perfect shapes. If I was wanting perfect shapes, I would have probably cut it with scissors. I'm just trying to switch it up a little bit. And I'm going to turn this around just so I don't stay in focus for you. All right. Now let's go to the other one. Now, if you're not comfortable just doing it as you go along, I mean, I'm kind of like on the fly, just working with things. I do not always plan a whole lot ahead, other than I have an idea when I sit down and I know what I need to get started. That's about it. So, you know, you can audition pieces, you can tear pieces up and lay them and see how they look and get an idea for whether it's going to do what you want it to do or if it's not. Now, I like this particular section right here. It had some lighter green and some black in it, and I thought that turned out kind of cool, so I don't want to lose that. So I'm just going to use one of these little pieces here. And I'm going to try to come down on that white just a tick. That means a little bit in Southern speak. Now I think that's starting to look a little better. Let's put that one piece right there has got that little bit of lime in it. I'll go right here with it. This may become a journal cover. I haven't decided completely. I generally do them out of the Amazon packaging when I'm doing what I hope to end up to be a about an 8 by 10 folded in half. But I haven't completely decided yet whether that's what I'm going to do or not. It's time to get a journal ready for the conference. That I make one for the conference. I do not sell any of my journals. I generally donate them or give them away as gifts. And this one will have a mushroom theme. Now that is all I'm going to be able to do on that for the moment. I could, let's see if I can open it up and maybe work a little further out. Yeah, let's go on this side first. So oh, that's kind of wonky. Let's see if we can make that a little bit straighter. Not that it's going to matter in the end, but I kind of like to have it centered, closer to centered than not. And I use this stiff brush because I feel like I get a thinner coat underneath it, and I generally can lay things down fairly smooth. But if it should wrinkle, I don't worry about it. I don't stress over things like that, because to me the junk journals are designed to be a place to play. For me, it's a place to play, and I don't have to have perfection. You know, as long as I like it when it's all done, you know, how I got there from the beginning to the end, it doesn't matter. Not to me. I don't have to plan it to the point that it takes the fun out. So I guess, you know, I'm a spontaneous creator, I think would be probably best describe me. Some people would say I squirrel a lot, and yeah, I probably do. I've been squirreling since the day I was born, I think. But it's okay. You know, somebody's got to do it. Really, they do. Do you like to tear paper? Listen. Is that not a fun sound? You know when it sounds so good that something good's going to happen. Or at least I hope it does. Alright, this is really dark through here, so that's where we're going to place this piece. I think I can tear that piece off. It's got just that hint of orange in it. And that's my favorite color, so that makes me happy. Alright. Where do I want to go next? liking it so far. Not bad for just pulling it out, something that you had not used because you didn't quite think it added up to what you needed. And just little pieces of deli paper. I love the deli paper. It's very easy to pull things with it on the gel plate. And I've got a box that I've been using, it seems like forever. And you can get some really neat images off the gel plate with it. You can use it just as it is, and you can get a smooth print, but you can also crinkle it in your hands. You can even put a little lotion on your hands and crinkle it, and you can get some really, really interesting things happening. And you can do that and get texture without using any stamps, any stencils. You can get a kind of a leathery look, or pleather, whatever your fancy, whatever you like the best. you can get any kind of fabric that you want. You can make it. You can make your own. All right. Okay, and I think we'll go with. Do I want that? Yeah. Oh yes. That's gonna be the job right there. It's gonna do the job. I don't know how many times I put this back on the gel plate, or how many times I did different things to it, but it is one heavy piece of deli paper. But sometimes that's what it takes. You can't just, it's like the reverse of a peeled onion. When you're doing gel prints, sometimes you start out with just a little bit, and then as you continue to work, what was something just simple and kind of quiet starts getting a little more pizzazz, and it starts to light up, and the flavors and the colors start to happen for you. Alright, now I'm going to put this over to the side to dry because I can't do much more to it right now. But isn't that pretty? Look at that. All that yummy, grungy, goody stuff. I like it. Now, if I do not like it when it's finished and dry, I can still come back over it with other stuff. So I'm not too disappointed in that. Now, here is another one of my pages that's going to go in that journal. Now, if you look at this, you can probably see a little bit of writing on it. So I probably want to do something to kind of hide that. I like this. This was playing with the strips from PM Artist Studio. And I was just putting them on the plate and just having a go at it. Just throwing different colors, experimenting. So that was one side. This is the other side. So I'm going to, let's see what I've got. I'm going to pull that box back up here, and I'm going to scrounge in it a little bit. Alright, here we go. Here's something that might be good. And I think I'm going to just kind of take this down the middle. I'm going to grab my ruler because I don't want to tear it all to pieces, but I do want to, because I'm going to split the page so that I can put one on one side and one on the other. Alright, I'm going to trim this further down, because I don't want to deal with these edges, so I am just going to make them go away. put my box down and then I can get closer to the table. You won't mind, will you? So I hope you've been enjoying the things that you've been seeing on the Streamathon. A lot of people have put a lot of time and effort into making this something special for our midsummer art extravaganza. So I hope that you will take time to look at what's going on. There are schedules out there. You can put that hashtag in and you should get those schedules to come up. I will have links in at the end. And if you don't see it there, then look at your other social medias, because people are posting there as well. Do I want to do it that way? Let me trim this one and see if that is going to work. I think I should tell you the moral of the story. Even though you may have something that didn't turn out exactly in a usable state, does not mean that it cannot be used. You can take and recycle gel prints in so many different ways. If I did not use this as a page for a journal, I probably would have torn it or cut it into shapes. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do it. I could also get it back to the gel plate and maybe use some inks or something like that to give it, you know, to fill in where there's nothing. Or I could just say, okay, you know, I'm gonna scrap this. But it's a very sturdy piece of paper. Sometimes when I get things, they come on good paper, and when they come on good paper, if I can use the blank side to print, I do it, and then I just play it by ear on the other side. So I did split this, and I'm going to kind of offset it just a little bit from the center, just so it doesn't make that page so thick. And I think I like this part up at the top a lot. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to lay some glue on this. And I'm gluing this on the back just because it's going to be a pretty good sized piece. I'm going to put some glue on the back to get it started. Now you might look at this and say, what is she going to do next? I will probably come back with watercolor or something like that on the edge. I will not leave the edge white in most likelihood. And you're not going to see it all get done today. But if you'll watch my channel, you know, if you'll go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and please leave me a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this 30-minute slot, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, because I do appreciate your feedback, and leave me a message if you'd like. And if you follow me, you will be able to see when this is complete. I will do a flip through. I may even do some additional work on it while I'm streaming on my channel, while I'm making videos for my channel. I generally do not stream live unless I'm with Texture Junkie Sharon. So I have yet to do a live stream on my own, so, you know, there is that learning curve there. The dangerous learning curve. Oh no. I have to tell you, I used to learn things very easily, but after having surgery for a brain aneurysm, I do not learn things well. And my friend Miriam can tell you that I look quite perplexed when when I have to use my brain. But it's okay. I mean, I understand what's happened. You know, it's better to be a little bit off than to be gone. I still get to watch my kids grow up. I still get to enjoy my husband, my family. So, you know, it's not all bad. They must have knocked something loose, and that is something I knew going into it could happen. But, you know, I come back from a scary experience and made it to the other side. So that's my story. Not that that's, a good thing to have happen, but not everybody survives what I survived. So I'm just thankful to be here. All right. So I think we're coming up on almost 30 minutes now. Like I said, if you would be sure to go to, I get my paper here. It's the Midsummer Streamathon is the hashtag. And if you look that up on social media, you should be able to find where people are when and where. You can find people streaming all different times of the day. People from all over the world are participating. So don't forget to stop by, visit their channels, say hello. Let them know that you appreciate them taking time out of their busy schedules, to put up some content for you to watch. And until the next time, I hope that you will do your best. Take what you got and use it. And that includes reusing our scraps. All right, now I'm going to flip that over so that can get a good old rub. And I'm sorry I'm shaking you. I have an arm that holds my camera, and if I bounce around too much, it gets excited and it says, "Wait, you're shaking me up. You're gonna make your people seasick." All right, that feels like it's pretty smooth. I don't feel any bubbles or wrinkles, so I'm gonna turn that over. Now, the next page that's going on is this right here. And that is going to be gorgeous together. Look at that. You see how pretty that's going to be? But now this is sort of just so-so. Yesterday I did some tissue papers and some papers in orange. And I have this one right here. This was done on the gel plate. And I think I'm going to cut this one right here. All right, it's time to say goodbye. So come back and see me again, and you'll see how this turned out. Bye-bye. I hope you all are having a good day, and be well, my friends. Be well.